Welcome back to the Asylum. I'm Kane.
I'm Jasean.
And we are the Arkham Inmates. And thank you for joining us for another Fancast Friday.
If you're curious why I'm in the same shirt on a different Friday, you mind your fucking business.
Yeah, you mind your business while we look the exact same for the next 6 weeks. But thank you for joining us. This is another Fancast Friday. Today we are fancasting for the little man himself, Ant-Man, Hank Pym, or if you're an MCU person, Scott Lang, which... I mean, he's cool. I like Paul Rudd. I kind of wish MCU went with Hank Pym. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I wish.
I'm not a big fan of the Hank Pym's an old man and Scott takes it.
Yeah, I like it when he's young and he beats Janet.
Oh, and, God, no! Come on.
That's how Hank Pym is.
No, I love Ant-Man, the character Ant-Man. I love like him going to Giant Man, Ant-Man. I love the whole aspect of him with the Hank Pym particles, and I love Hank Pym. Also, I love that he was the one that created Ultron, not Tony. It was Hank Pym that created Ultron. We lost a lot of that in the MCU. I do think the MCU made Ant-Man a joke. Like, Ant-Man is supposed to be this brilliant scientist along the minds of Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Rocket Raccoon, like all these, but they kind of took that out. They do have Hank Pym in Ant-Man, and he is this brilliant scientist, but it's like, I don't know. I want the correlation. I want both in the suit. That's what I want. I'm not a fan of the whole Paul Rudd Scott Lang thing, but it's fine. Now we're gonna move on to the fan casting of Ant-Man. All right, we're gonna get into the fan casting for Ant-Man. If you don't already know how this goes, go watch all the other fan cast Fridays. But I go first, Jasean goes second, and we get right into the stories. Now, my story for Ant-Man is called Ant-Man Antzilla. Here is my movie. Hank Pym has been working on the Pym particles to configure himself to grow bigger instead of shrinking down. With help from Stark and Banner, he is now ready to test it. But instead of testing it on himself, he tests it on one of his ants. They gear up to start the test. Something then goes wrong and the ant gets turned big, but it won't stop growing. Its sudden change in molecular structure has also made it unresponsive to any of Ant-Man's commands. It's about the size of a small truck, but with each hour it will get bigger. By the end of the day, it could level a whole city. With help of Stark and Banner, Ant-Man is going to have to come up with a crazy plan to stop his own ants from destroying New York City.
Can't he just pour some of the shrinking serum on it? And
no.
The Pym particle? He can't just dump that on there and activate? Why not?
Because going off of how a movie goes, they're gonna test it, the ant's gonna grow really large. It's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? And then the ant, now that the molecular structure has changed, he doesn't control anything, it's now a mindless ant, and it fucking runs off and starts to go find food. And it breaks through the door. And then
go real fast and
Tony's not in his suit. Tony and all them are scientists right now. Banner's not Hulk, they're not anything. They're just scientists.
You can't just summon the suit and then go over there and dump some of the shrinking serum on there and call
Dumping
it a day?
The shrinking serum does not just do that. You don't just dump
They can't just
serum.
activate it. They can't just find a way to...
No. The ant goes on the loose and they have to find a way to shrink it back down or kill it.
But wouldn't that be the way to go, to kind of just use the shrinking particles and fucking throw it at it?
But you can't shrink like that. It has to be through the system. That's why Ant-Man can shrink, because it goes through the molecular system in his suit. It can't just be splashed on.
But
like
what about
juice.
the discs that they have when he shrinks? Because those are
a different disc. That's a molecular structure disc. That's
so
literally
he can't just throw one of those fucking things.
They don't have that. Not in my story. If you even look, I even started. Hank Pym is working on the Pym particles to configure himself to grow bigger. He's not even been Giant Man yet.
Okay.
He's just now learning this stuff. He's only been Short Man. So the main villain is the Ant. Cameos is Wasp and Nick Fury. The cast is going to be Ant-Man. I have Edward Norton. Iron Man. I have David Cornsweet from my other Iron Man stuff.
That's actually a crazy pull. When he has the buzz cut, he would look like a good fucking Iron Man.
Bro, stop playing with me. Stop.
What the fuck, Kane? That was a genuine compliment.
No, because every time I've said that in the Avengers one and the Iron Man one and on, I say David Cornsweet, and you're like, I don't see it. Every time. And now you're like, that's a cool pull.
Maybe because I haven't seen him with a buzz cut. But with the buzz cut, I could see it.
Iron Man is David Cornsweet. I think he fits it perfectly. Banner and Hulk, so Jay Bruchel, and then Fred Tatasciore for the actual voice of Hulk. But Jay, I think is a perfect Bruce Banner. Wasp, I have Marion Cotillard, which she was, it's Rachel Gold's daughter.
Oh,
from
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, yeah, her. That's who it is. I don't know why I was thinking of the other girl.
I know her.
Yes, you do.
She looks very familiar.
And then Nick Fury. Shut up! And then Nick Fury is going to be Denzel Washington.
Oh,
as
thank
usual.
God he's black. Thank God he's black. I thought you were going to make him white.
No. He's been the same Nick Fury since all of the ones we've done. Stop doing a bit. Stop it. Stop doing a fucking bit. I'm serious. Now.
He's serious.
Oh my God. Let's see what Jasean has in store. All right, we're going to get into Jasean's Ant-Man fan casting.
Mine is called Ant-Man, World's Smallest War. Hank Pym, retired and bitter after years of secret missions, is forced back into action when his greatest mistake returns. Ultron, an AI system he once designed as a global defense system, has rebuilt itself when Hydra scientists were using AI to control quantum tech. Ultron, awakened with the ability to manipulate size and infiltrate anywhere, he plans to collapse the world's infrastructure from the inside to save humanity. Hank teams up with Janet Van Dyke and recruits a network of S.H.I.E.L.D. scientists with brilliant minds. As cities shrink and entire armies vanish, Hank must face his own guilt, outthink his creation, and stop Ultron before the world's smallest war becomes humanity's biggest extinction.
Fire. That's awesome. I really love the whole Ultron being able to do what Ant-Man does. That's fucking terrifying. Because Ultron's a bad motherfucker, and for him to be able to shrink to, I'm guessing, quantum realm or no?
Yeah, because they're messing with quantum
yeah,
tech.
that's insane. That's crazy to think of. It's basically like if you took Kang and you had him mixed with Ultron, to go anywhere. That's insane. That'd be really. I don't really. Here's the thing with that though. I don't see them winning. Did you go past that at all? How would Ant-Man win? That's up here for me to know, buddy. That's the whole what Stan Lee says, where he's like, who do you think would win? The writer wants him to win. That's a crazy battle.
So for my cast, we got Hank Pym as old and retired or whatever. Bryan Cranston.
Ooh.
As an older Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I gotta show you a picture of this bitch. Janet Van Dyke. You probably do know her, but I don't know where she's from. I can't give you anything. I was supposed to type something to give you. This bitch. I just know her by face.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I don't know anything off the top of my head to be like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no.
Fast and the Furious, Devil's Advocate, Atomic Blonde. I love a Charlize Theron, dude.
Just when I see her, I know the face, but I just don't like.
Fucking that soldier thing where she's an angel with God
me,
or whatever.
To me,
love Charlize Theron.
She's one of those actors where I'm like, know you. But
you don't
snap
come to you?
finger. No.
I grew up with Charlize Theron. My mom loves her, so it's I kind of grew up with her action movies and Devil's Advocate. So I love Charlize Theron, especially because she also plays. I forget her name in Fast and the Furious. She plays the hacker. You watch the Fast and Furious movies?
Isn't it a newer one?
She was in Fate of the Furious and up. So 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of those.
Well, I keep forgetting her name, but she's a big big villain. But you didn't watch Devil's Advocate, Atomic Blonde. Damn, she's a big James Bond type woman. She kills. I love Charlize Theron.
So for Ultron, it'll just be the voice. Rami Malek for the voice of Ultron.
Ew. I don't think I like that.
You don't?
Well, Remy is very high pitched type voice. It's not when villains, I always kind of low, voice. Just that low. Well. Because the dude that did Ultron in the movie Avengers Age of Ultron, he's from Blacklist. I don't know if you know the actual dude.
I know who he is.
But it's not a low voice, but it's that low monotone,
I get what you mean.
But Remy Malek is I'm hearing and this might just be biased, I'm hearing Freddie Mercury, I'm hearing his stuff from Until Dawn, it's very up here. Hey, even in The Amateur, the movie that just came out, even when he's speaking low, he's like, "You're not gonna live through this." And
in my mind, I wasn't doing more of he's AI, but I think in Age of Ultron when they did that, it was a lot more personality. In my head, because
it's supposed to be from Tony.
It's more
robotic. Oh, so more what's that show he's in? Remy Malek,
that's what I was thinking
robot, or what's it called?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a TV show where he's a robot, and he's very hello, how may I help you? Okay,
so that's what I was thinking.
Kind of more of a comic accurate, robot sounding rather than a okay. I feel I'm just biased because of Age of Ultron. It's just I love that. Yeah. I love a darker personality.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I can see it now. Yeah.
Because if you think, I'm thinking more
very dry,
You
very
remember?
robotic.
You remember the Heroes of Tomorrow or whatever, the Young Avengers movie.
Yes. Yeah.
How it was more robotic, less.
I mean, you don't play Rivals, but Marvel Rivals Ultron. He's just very like, I am Ultron. Like,
So.
very, yeah.
For the next two, it's the Shield agents. I think you'll like this.
Okay.
Fitzsimmons. So same actors.
Right.
Fitzsimmons. They're gonna help him.
Okay.
That's the Shield scientist.
Okay. Cool.
For cameos, I want Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, and Michael Pena as civilians telling a story the way they do in the Ant-Man movies.
What's his name? Oh my God, I forgot his name. He's like a very famous Hispanic actor.
That's who it is, Michael Pena.
Michael Pena. Okay, so
the way they tell
whole
story.
scene. Okay.
So I want those three telling a story to help Ant-Man out. Like,
right.
So this is what happened. So
I
want
love
the three of them to.
Yeah, that's
so
great. No, I really like yours. I love Ultron. He's one of my favorite villains next to Doom, as you know.
Yep.
I like Age of Ultron more than any of the other Avengers. I don't even like Thanos that much of a character. Yeah. Thanos is cool, but I think Ultron's cooler. I think Doom's cooler. I was never a big Thanos guy. I think Thanos became huge because of Endgame and Infinity War and like the mainstream, but like I think Doom's better. I think Ultron's better. So for him to be like so powerful, that's why I'm asking. I don't think you can win. I don't think he can win.
With the power of friendship.
No.
Brilliance and friendship, you can win.
Yeah. Sure. And fucking quantum physics.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, let's see if it beats mine. All right, so you've heard both of our movies. You've heard mine, Ant-Man, Antzilla.
Mine's Ant-Man, the smallest war and the tiniest war.
Okay, that's wow. Which one would you rather see? Would you rather see mine or would you rather see his?
If you don't see his, it's gonna be like this.
Would you rather
it's gonna
shrink
be like
down?
The movie screen's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like the Broadway at the beach movie theater. It's gonna be like, what the fuck am I watching?
If you had to shrink all the way down to the quantum realm to see his, or would you have to grow to the size of skyscrapers to see mine? Which one would you rather do? Which one would you rather go see? Would you rather see Ultron turn into everything, or would you rather see a giant ant terrorizing the city, Godzilla style? It's up to you. It's not up to us. But other than that, we thank you for being one of the inmates here at the asylum. We thank you for subscribing, doing all that stuff down below. And we thank you for joining us for another Friday. And we hope you join us for next Friday for another Fancast Friday. But we love you guys. And we thank you for being one of the inmates here at the asylum. Peace. You, my God.